morning, everyone. Welcome to our Thursday morning trading session. All right, the markets just opened up a moment ago, and of course we're looking at the Nasdaq here. But please bear in mind that I'd be happy to take a look at any market that is of interest to you. Okay, so take a really quick look here at what's been going on. Yesterday, the market put in a strong rally for the morning session and then kind of flip-flopped for the remainder of the day. The overnight, very, very quiet. We're starting the day near the bottom end of this trading range. And that's going to be key, I think, for us to let the market get outside of this range. Yes, I know. Isn't that something? Christian says, Eric, have you seen the crude oil's flash crash this morning? That was amazing, wasn't it? Wow. Crude oil just came unwound. Here, I'll bring over a crude oil chart to show you. Here's the, well, here, we'll take a look at the eagle. And this was yesterday. So here was our inventory report. Last gasp for the buyers. Got a nice hard edge bounce signal right there. And then the market just unwound. Didn't even look back. Green bar sell here around the London Open. And prices just continuing to fall. A little bit of a pullback here, but you know, given all that selling pressure, I would not be keen to get on the long side of crude oil right now. So I haven't looked into it yet, what's behind it, but it just seems to me it's typical of OPEC. Not criticizing anybody here, I'm not that kind of guy, but whenever you get OPEC saying they're going to agree to something, I always take that with a great big grain of salt. Steve asking, Eric, when do you roll your contracts over? I'll probably do it for next week. I know Ninja always prompts you, time to roll over your contracts. I don't know why they prompt you a week early with the stock indices. The Nasdaq also, okay, it looks like we've settled on a direction here this morning, the market falling off sharply. Well, I guess this was our first in-sync signal here on the eagle. Just trying to let them get a handle on which way they want to go from here. Speaking of rolling contracts over, I used to hold on to my contract until around the middle of the week of expiration week. So if the contract expired Friday, I'd usually roll out into the new contract by Wednesday. You can build a market analyzer if you like, or you can just go to a website like bar chart. Oops. And you can quickly see, oops, sorry, where are you? Oop, just went past it. You can see the volume here in March is still substantially higher than June. It's not to say June isn't getting liquid enough, but the open interest is just crushing June's. This will start to even out next week. Okay, we're pulling back a little bit now on the Hawk. We're getting yellow bars back into the hard edge now on the Falcon, almost to the hard edge in the Eagle. The yellow bars spoiled the macro pullback signal here, in case you're wondering. You know what? They may well try to rally the market after the sellers tried to push it lower. Here come the buyers again. I tell you, the Nasdaq buyers, they are a tenacious bunch. They do not let go. They're the Jack Russells of trading. All right, here we're getting a soft edge buy signal now on the Raptor. And normally I would go in a little bit later rather than go in for the full two contracts, but I'm going to give it a go here, see what happens. little hesitation near the hard edge. Oh, there we go. Come on. You're so close. And the darn resistance line, the median line just sitting there below or at 50.60, pardon me, 53.60 and a quarter, holding things up here a little bit. Don't you dare. Get up there. Come on. No. Oh, you guys. All right, well, I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see whether that was a good thing or not. Unfortunately, you know, just a couple of ticks, that auto break even getting in the way. We're getting the first micro macro cross to buy now. But we are into the hard edge, so we should anticipate some sort of reaction there. That may develop into a falcon signal. We're working a falcon trend change signal. If we come back with another buy signal here on the Raptor, that you could interpret that as a continuation of the number 2 signal. Still struggling with this whole 53.60 area. Well, ideally, before the sellers walk away, we should see one more test of the extreme. So we might see the market bounce a little bit lower here still. I don't know, we're just going to have to wait a moment. First micro macro cross signal hit its target for a quick little scalp. And our falcon producing our trend change signal. Oh, come back here. see if I can catch it. Oh, and they slipped me too. I need to run a very, very deep stop on this one in case there's more of a test of the extreme. There we go. Come on. Come on, you can do it. Get up there. Maybe I should try to run this one out. Nope. Nope. That's what I always end up doing. See, I told you, I got a bad habit playing with my stops and my profit targets. Just take the profit, Eric. There we go. Hooray. Got the profit. It could go, the Nasdaq's been sticking to the 10s, so 53.50, 53.60, 53.70 seems like a probable objective. We do have primary resistance at 53.67 quarter. No, we're starting to get a little bit of a reaction there. I did not need another break-even stop out. Yeah, okay, here, well, I'm not laughing at you, Tony. I'm laughing at Christian's comment. I'll deal with Tony's comment first because it's a valid point. Okay, so Tony says, I just don't get it. The Nasdaq breaks out of its trading range, retests the range, starts down, goes short, heart sings, price turns, tests the range again, then keeps right on going up. Heart cries. Scoundrels. Okay, well, let's take a look what's been going on here. I have a feeling you may have judged the retest maybe a little bit early. So here's our trading range. There's the retest. We did not get a signal to sell the retest, which actually reinforces the notion that the market's going to go higher, right? What we would like to see out of this. Okay, so what Tony's talking about, whenever we have a sideways trading range, we're looking for the market to break out, retest, and then for prices to honor the breakout. So we would like to see actually a number 3 signal print here. We'd like to see the market come out, print a number 3 signal, and that would tell us, okay, it's safe to short. But we didn't get that. In fact, we got a number 2 signal, just the opposite, saying that, hey, there's a lack of selling pressure here. And the market, of course, continuing higher. I was chuckling at Christian's comment. Christian says, in the stress situations in the Nasdaq, I can't look at my own chart. I look at the next monitor on your charts and feel better. I'm laughing with you, Christian. We've all been there. It's nothing like putting your hard-earned money on the line. All right, so the nice little follow-through here on the Falcon signal. Good follow-through, great follow-through actually on that first micro-macro cross higher. I don't think the Eagle found its first target this morning. So that would be our first in-sync signal. No, look at that. They just came up a few ticks short. So worst case, you did get a break-even stop out here. Best case, hopefully you still took half your profit objective out. Best case scenario. All right, so it's looking like we've got a more bullish market again, maybe. Okay, Tony says I took that signal about 6 minutes into the session. So this signal right here, I see what you're looking at now. So Tony saw it like this. Saw this move here as the breakout and retest. The breakout, the retest, and then the signal. Yeah, I can see that, Tony. I can see what you're looking at. To me, that doesn't really constitute a breakout. Now, I know the sellers were controlling the last swing, no question. So I can see why you decided to short there. Hopefully you rolled your stops when you had this little hesitation. So you minimized your exposure on the reversal. Maybe even got it to a break even, depending on how you managed your stop. I know it's difficult, everyone. I know it's hard because you see the market is ranging and you're afraid, and it's a natural fear. You're afraid that if you wait, the market's going to go boom higher without you, right? You're not going to get a second chance. You have to try to get over that idea that you're not allowed to miss a move. And I know it's easier said than done, but honestly, you see me miss moves all the time. Here's our trading range. Yeah, you could look at this and say, all right, well, the buyers are stronger, so I'll buy right here on that signal. Right there. And, you know, the market goes up and all is well, you're in a little bit earlier. But watch what happens whenever there is a breakout from a trading range. You should anticipate a retest. Now, very often the retest will come shortly after the breakout, but not always. And this is the kind of situation where you can't be splitting hairs. You can't say, oh, well, it never touched the top end of the trading range, so this is not a true retest. You know, folks, if it looks like a retest, it is a retest. The textbook version would have this come down right about to here, touch the top edge and go up. But sometimes it will go in like this, and it may even go like this. So long as it, is still responding to the higher lows, I would even consider a move like this as a decent retest of the high. If we produce the signal here now, you can see we're getting in at more or less the same price level, but we have a little bit more confidence in the trade. In this case, the retest came quickly, but it did give you a second chance to get in, and you would be looking to buy right about here. So you probably picked up another $50, $60, $70 getting in earlier, but the better move, the more predictable move, was to wait for that one. And it's a very simple exercise to go through your charts and, do this on your own. Just grab your bar, pull it over, and find yourself a trading range. You probably don't have to go too far before you find one. Aha, here we go. Here's a trading range. And just study and see what happens when the market gets outside of the trading range. All right, there it is. It breaks out. What happens next? There's a retest. What happens now? Okay, well, it falls back into the trading range, doesn't it? So technically, we produced actually a number 3 signal right here, which would have gotten to its profit objective, but not much more. Okay, let's just continue on with this. Okay, now we're kind of at the bottom end of the trading range. Wow, just look at how extended this range is. At this point, I might start adjusting it a little bit. Remember, we're just looking to see what happens when prices get outside the trading range. Okay, here we have a breakout from the range. Here we have now a number 1 cloud crossover signal. Do you see how it broke out, retested, and came back with a signal? It's all rather quick, but this is the kind of signal that I might be prepared to trade. I've got to cover above the top end of the trading range. Why? Well, because if the market re-enters this trading range, if the market brings me in now and comes back into the trading range, I know there's active selling up here. So I'm hoping for one more chance to adjust my stop. I don't want my stop down here because this is where the buyers are, right? There's active buying on the lower half of the trading range. There's active selling on the upper half of the trading range. I don't want to have my stop loss right here with the rest of the buyers. I'm a seller. Okay, brings us in. There's the number 1 signal. Reverses, comes back into the range. Okay, so far so good. Now, if you wanted, you could already start to bring your stop in. Why? Well, because after our breakout of the range, we should not really have seen the market trying to get back into that range, should we? That makes me maybe a little bit nervous. So maybe I'll bring my stop in a little bit. If not there, then maybe to the hard edge. Okay, there's yet another reversal. All right, maybe I'll bring my stop in a little bit tighter now. Oh gosh, they're killing me here with all these reverses. All right, this now the last chance for the sellers to get their act together. I'm going to be a lot more sensitive now for any possible reversals. Why? Well, because look, the buyers have tried to rally the market. We broke down, right? We broke down here. The buyers rallied the market once, twice, I guess technically 4 times before the sellers finally knocked them down again. That's serious buying pressure. That's not what we want to see when we're sellers, but that's what we got. All right, so far so good, and voila, finally hit our profit target. So these are the kinds of things you want to deal with a trading range. If the market breaks, it's very unlikely that it will go to the moon without you. That it will not give you a retest somewhere along the line. Occasionally, the market will break and you may have to wait an hour for the retest. That's also unusual. But you will get it, and you will get another opportunity to buy. Now, this move here will very likely not be as pronounced as that first runaway move. So what? So you didn't catch the big move of the day. Welcome to the club. But by waiting for the market to actually get outside of that range, give you a bit of a retest, and like I said, this one developed rather quickly, which probably accounts for the repeated attempts by the buyers to try to get the market back into the range. But by waiting for it to actually get outside of that range to show that, hey, yeah, we can get outside here. We've got some selling pressure going on. Join us. And then looking for that retest on that signal, you'll tend to stay on the right side of the trade more often. And then, of course, compare that with this morning's breakout. I think, Tony, you were just a touch early on your interpretation. And you were correct in seeing that the market was making lower highs, that in fact the sellers were in control, and they were in control for a little bit. And they tried to regain the breakout and the retest, but they couldn't. They couldn't hold on to it. Oh, and with all my gabbing, I missed the number 1 signal. Darn it. Whenever you guys lay yourselves out like that, like Tony mentioning, his sell signal or his failed sell trade that he took, I do appreciate that, because other people get to learn from what you're doing as well. Here we go, 53.70. Yeah, good, good. Tony says, I didn't get hurt too bad, just disappointed by my analysis. You should see my notes from yesterday. Oh, gosh. I did a few things I shouldn't have done yesterday. And I knew I was kind of in trouble, because just the night before, I had said to my wife, I've gone all month without a losing day. Oh! Yeah, yeah. Thanks, Clayton. Clayton says, yeah, you missed the move, but you're doing 5 things at once, so you're entitled to miss the move. Hopefully, you Raptor owners saw that one coming. Uh, DTS owners, we had a nice little 4-arrow consolidation here in the Hawk. We also just got our Eagle signal going the other way, but I don't know. We're kind of near the top end of the bigger trading range now in the Eagle, so I'm not sure how that's going to follow through. The Nasdaq traders, though, like I said, the bulls very, very tenacious. All right, Thomas asks, why does the Raptor sometimes announce a signal but not print it? For example, I just heard it announce a number 1 and saw it in the upper right corner, but I did not see a number 1 printed there. There's a dot and a horizontal line, but no number 1. What does that mean? You are getting the signals to print, though, are you, Thomas? Like you do get 1, 2, and 3s printing. All right, that is a mystery. I've actually got my audio alerts turned off, just because I've got, so much stuff going on. And I don't know if it's still the case, but I do believe that you could hear my audio alerts, and it was bugging a few people in the room. I know, Thomas, that you've contacted Ben about it. And Ben is looking into it. Uh, just while we're on the subject, Thomas, try this. This isn't going to be a solution, but just try this. Try reloading your Ninja script. So you can either click your F5 button or right-click on your chart and pull down here to reload Ninja script. And see if it at least gets that signal to print, that number 1 signal. Hey, way to go, Clayton. Clayton says, I got slipped a tick, but I still got to my profit target, banked $90 on that trade. Way to go. Nicely done. All right, Thomas is still having issues with that. All right, well, Thomas, just send another note to Ben, and I'm going to follow up with an email to Ben as well. Okay, we're slowing down here a little bit again. You can see here on the Hawk, sometimes this precedes a reversal. What we'd like to see is we'd like to see a signal print and then some follow through. Maybe a consolidation period signal follow through. But look at this, signal, 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 signal. I can tell you that the Hawk, when it produces signals, it does look at momentum shifts. So, to be producing these many signals, that's making me wonder, are we going to top out here now? Clayton asks, can you explain the issue so I can keep an eye on it in my system? What is happening for Thomas is he's getting an audio alert saying he's got a number one signal printing. He gets the pre-signal printing, but then when the signal actually forms, he doesn't get the number one printing. He's got the signal, the warning dot, triangle, hash mark, the whole kit and caboodle, just not the signal itself. So are they going to try to force the market back down now? We kind of went through the primary resistance line. I think the market is definitely more bullish today. I don't think there's much question about that. So we'll keep a lookout for buying opportunities. I'd love to see like a hard edge bounce or something come along here. Christian is saying the natural gas inventory out in about 15 minutes. I thought natural gas is at the top of the hour. Did they change that? No, you're right. Natural gas, bottom of the hour. I think Christian is hinting we should take a look at natural gas, and why not? Yeah, Tony says put on your big boy pants. All right. We'll pull natural gas over here in a moment, looking at a little bit of a pullback now in the Nasdaq. Natural gas getting a little bit stronger relative to where it has been. We'll take a look here on the Raptor. Seasonally speaking, natural gas prices tend to bottom out in the spring and start to get a little bit more bullish, so I might favor a more bullish response out of the inventory report. Nice little number one signal here, coming just around or prior to the open. Relatively quiet otherwise. Yesterday looks like a pretty flat day during the North American session. Notice how these daybreak lines are printing. It's a little bit, that's probably the minimum that I would accept. But you can see we're not producing very many signals through the day. Now, it could just be the nature of the market, or it could be because our daybreak lines, our bar is too small, in which case it might be advisable to switch to the alternate settings. See, these days here are a little bit more normal. I'm using air quotes, normal. What you want to see is you want to see a signal print and then have some follow through. So here was actually a number two signal that must have drifted too far from the retest to actually print, but that was a number two signal, and it came during the North American session, and we had some nice follow through. Then we got a number one signal in the afternoon, which surprising or not surprisingly did not have as much follow through. Just a little bit late in the day to be taking that type of trade in natural gas. Natural gas, like crude oil, tends to get busy earlier during the day. All right, I will bring that over so we can watch it unwind, but it's it can make some very wild moves as well. All right, we're getting a red bar buy signal now, or a pre-signal, warning signal in the hawk. That's a red bar buy. Might get our hard edge bounce. See, all you have to do is ask, hey, Nasdaq, give me a hard edge bounce, would ya? Pretty important price level we're playing with right now. You can see the primary resistance here at 53.67 quarter, essentially 53.67. Although we did not touch the hard edge exactly, I would consider a buy signal here a hard edge bounce. I'm looking for the lows to hold. I'm looking for the buyers to respond. We do already have our red bar buy signal here in the hawk. If you wanted, you could look at it something like so. I'm going to double my profit objective on this one. There we go. I'll bring my break even up a little bit as well. Oh, that's very odd, Thomas. Thomas says, okay, all of a sudden my number one signal, my number one printed, obviously a little bit late. Yes, obviously. Um, let's check with Ben, though. Let him do a little head scratching on it. Okay, working another red bar buy signal there on the hawk. That's a little bit more of a retrace than I was expecting, but we'll see how they do here. Okay, so now we're technically back to the hard edge. Let's see if we don't come out of here with a number 3 signal with a hard edge bounce. The market owes me a test of the extreme. So somewhere through here we're going to see a little bit of a rally, or should see a little bit of a rally. Here we go, come on. You know you want to. going up. Better late than never. We're getting warning dots, but not the warning dot I wanted. We're getting actually a red warning dot there. Possible trend change signal here on the Falcon. And the first micro-macro cross lower. Where's my test of the extreme? Stinkers. Okay, so we're getting a little support now off the 5360 quarter line, which is very close to the hard edge. We got to get back up here around the 5365, 66 area. Clayton says the chickens are bailing. Yeah, maybe. Come on. Oh, yes. Clayton says fear is a powerful thing. Most certainly it is. Come on, turn it around. So the buyers have managed to rally the market out of the open. They're still around. I have no doubt. It's just where are they going to decide to buy in? Daniel's working the first micro cross. He says just 5 more ticks and then it can reverse. I think you're going to get it, Daniel. Okay, good news. All right, the market can reverse now. Daniel's banked his profit. All right, is it time to bring out the mouse? Is it time to push the market up? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Come on, hold the line. Let's get up there. Oh, I forgot all about the natural gas inventory report, but it looks like it was a non-report report. Not much of a response. So here's 7:30 right here. The market moved a couple ticks higher. Yeah, nothing going on there. Like I say, natural gas, seasonally speaking, entering a more bullish time of the year. Yes, Tony says that's unusual for natural gas to respond so lightly. Absolutely. 100%. Usually natural gas, you think crude inventory reports are insane. The ones that are too insane for crude oil do the natural gas reports. All right, here we'll keep nursing the market higher. Get up there. Come on, a little bit more. Let's go. Come on, get back up there. Get into some yellow bars. Go, go, go. Let's go. Come on. Wow. I feel for you, Keith. Keith says, I'm back. Windstorms all day yesterday, power outages still going on this morning. I just placed an order, called the broker, it didn't fill. Of course, it would have been a winner. It never fails. Keith says, I need a vacation. Speaking of vacations, I'm going to be out of town as of next Wednesday for about a week and a half. Oh, 2 weeks actually. So the trading room will be on hold there for a couple of weeks. All right, so we're finally seeing a little bit of a recommitment here on the part of the bulls. There we go. Now we're getting a little traction. All right, we're into yellow bars. Just gotta keep pushing it up. Come on. Oh, it's hard work. Let's go. Get up there. Yes, Keith, I saw your earlier post about the 6E on the Raptor, and I was just about to address it for you when you went offline. Get out of town here. Come on. No, you didn't miss it, Keith. If you want, I can still go over it for you. Oh, you guys are killing me here. All right, I need to distract myself. We'll look at the 6E here for Keith in a moment. As soon as I find where I put it. Oh, I think I might have deleted the chart in here. 1 second, I'll build a new one. As I continue to wait for the Nasdaq to behave, Alright, so here now the 6E on the Raptor, and Keith wrote me just near the top of the hour. So I'm thinking it was maybe this number 2 signal you were looking at. And that is a pretty good looking number 2 signal. Not quite the test of the extreme we would normally anticipate, but still an attempt to regain the market, a failure. The signal is printing near the hard edge, so we would anticipate that it would drift past the hard edge. Looks like the euro getting a little bit more bullish. Looks like, speaking of trading ranges, it looks like they emerged out of a trading range, gave us a retest, and then the buy signal. Well, the buyers are really taking their time showing up here. They've let the sellers control the market for come on, 38. Wow, it lasts almost 40 minutes. All right, last chance now. Getting a little bit of a buy bar coming in here. Come on, Nasdaq, let's go. Yes and no, Clayton. Clayton says, based on the available information, this looks like it would be a good loss. Well, not yet. If we get another rally here and then I roll my stops up and then the market reverses on me and takes me out, well then, yes, I'm definitely on the wrong side of the trade. I've got to take my lumps. But I haven't seen a test of the extreme yet. The market really does owe me one more retest before they get too excited about selling it down. Come on, you're trying. I'll admit the pullback much deeper than I anticipated. I really thought we were going to see a little bit of a test of the extreme here and then a possible failure. I did not expect the market to unwind quite the way it did. Doggone it. Come on. All right. Time to get serious. That's all you get. Stinkers. Yeah, I agree. Clayton says, I'm surprised we didn't get a number 2 to print. It's because there wasn't enough of a test of the extreme. Somewhere through the day here, we are going to get a rally. And they better start sooner rather than later. Oh, come on. Oh, interesting. Thomas says he's running a 1-minute chart along with his mean wrinkle bars, and he's got a number 2 signal printing on the 1-minute chart, but not on the mean Renko. Yeah, the 1-minute chart would be, you might have seen a little bit more of a test of the extreme on a 1-minute chart versus the mean Renko bar. All right, a glimmer of hope for the buy signal. Like here's a yellow bar anyway. Gotta get rid of all these red dots on the Raptor. Show me a green dot. Ooh, green. Oh, green spot. Green spot's a very nice Irish whiskey. Come on, let's go. Come on, keep going. Go higher. Get up there. Doggone it. Get up there. Let's go. I'm in a hurry. I got things to do. Let's go. Well, the market looking fairly balanced here at the moment. There we go. That's better. All right, I'm not going to double up, but this is a hard edge bounce signal here on your Raptor now. We also have a red bar buy signal on the Eagle, even though it is still against the ATR. You may want to wait for it to flip the ATR, but you can see the ATR sitting right about the same level as our high of the morning and our primary resistance line. Yeah, I'm doing my best, Clayton. Clayton says patience. I'm doing my best. Okay, just for curiosity, let's see where that profit objective is, 53.69. That's where my break even is sitting. maybe I won't double the profit target on this one. Maybe I'll be a good boy and take my scalp target if I can get it. Come on, don't stop now. You're so close. All right, might as well move into the parabolic mode. And I'll get my bar high-low on standby. Yeah, Tony says it's like a one-eyed cat watching three mouse holes. Yeah, four. We've got four mouse holes to follow. Come on. Just a little bit more. You can do it. 53.65, of course. This whole 65.66 area was problematic before. Get my mouse out of the way. Oh, you're kidding me. All right, here. Don't like to manipulate the market this way, but come on, get up there. Just get up there. Here we go. Come on. Just a little bit more. Oh, you almost had it. Come on, get up there. Get going. Get up there. All right, I think I'm going to move into the bar high-low strategy now. Come on, get going. Get going. Come on, get up there. You can do it. Don't stop. Come on, just a little bit more. Yeah, that's right. Thanks, Toby. I forgot. Ray Burke used to have his magical way of moving the market. He would tell it to push. He always used to break me up when he did that. Push. Come on, get going. Oh, thanks, Keith. Keith says it's going to get to your target, Eric, because I'm in sim. I'm afraid the power may go out again, so I took the trade in sim. So because I guess Keith's theory is because it isn't real money, it's going to get up there for him. I am squeezing the trade pretty tight right now. Not really giving them any room to move against me, and that could be a little problematic. Come on. Nope. Oh well. Now that was a good loss. It was a tiny loss, but the way the trade was managed, I'm okay with it. It may turn out I was a little bit too quick with my stop there still, but considering that we took the trade here, almost got it all the way back to break even, had to ride out a major pullback. You see, this may develop into a first micro macro cross higher still, but at the same time, the market does seem to be wandering a little bit. So I'm just making a note here. 53, what was that? 60, 53.63. Okay. All right, gang, we're going to button up the room here for today, and I'll touch base with you again tomorrow. We'll talk to you then. Bye for now.